Hello, I was mid-sip. My co-host will be joining me. She's just taking care of the army of cats that we have. But hello, everybody. It is February. Is it February 2020? Is it February 2021? Who knows? Please get involved in the chat. Tell me what's on. I'm having a quick coffee because I am shattered. Has everyone been absolutely besieged by rain over the last couple of days? For me, I have a truck that I have to open the back doors with. I don't have a fancy button like the others. So I hate the rain more than most people. But hello to everyone watching. Please share this video. Shall I? Yeah, go on. It's the only time I do it. I'll put some makeup on because I look kind of plain. So I'm going to start the show with, and I was hoping that my mother would have been here for this. But with, I know it's comedy, but a big shout out, if you'd appreciate it, to Captain Tom, who, even though he did so much for the UK, for coronavirus, was taken by the bloody thing today. But 100 years, and he got to meet the Queen. But I think we can all say, hand on heart, the real thing he did that will always be remembered on, he got on blankety blank. I'd love to go on blankety blank.
Oh my God. You'll have to excuse me, I'm in and out at the moment. We've got a queue at the ladies.
Never worked with animals, pets, or your parents. Luckily, I've only got one. So, hello. Oh, my brother's already been on. Good. Family commitment there. But I'd be interested to know how many of you are watching on YouTube. A lot of people have been getting in touch saying that they put my massive face on the massive TV. And I know as well that I've got a couple of regulars that get in touch with me because they listen on catch up, watch on catch up. So hello to Amanda on catch up and hello to Erin on catch up. See, I listen to a lot of catch up podcasts. And I like it when they say hello to the listeners because you don't always get to listen live or watch live. That's the beauty of these broadcasts. Noel said that's what he said. But I've got all my notes ready. I'm knocking back a coffee. Don't worry, there is Baileys in it. Oh, that's not really ladylike of me. Glugging away. So, today, I've covered the fact that Captain Sir Thomas More passed away at 100. I know it's not the greatest way to start a comedy show, but credit where credit's due. Lucy update. I have not been feeling brilliant recently, and I think it's okay to admit that. More people should admit it, because if we all admit it, we'd all join in and go, yeah, me too, actually. It's a really shitty time of year. On Big World Small Talk, the show that I do on Sunday via here on at 10 p.m, one of the questions we answered is, what holiday or celebration would you come up with that doesn't already exist? And in fairness, between Christmas and Easter, there isn't really much, is there? I mean, Valentine's Day, that's a crock of shit. Lisa, if you're watching, she posted that she got sent some sort of email like, oh, there's an important date coming up. She thought, oh, is it my birthday? I know my birthday. And it turns out, no, they were trying to remind her that it was Valentine's Day. I think she'd remember if she was in a relationship. For me, Valentine's Day, was never really a fan of it when I was in a relationship. I never really got any decent presents or plans or anything like that. But please get in touch if you've got any secret plans ready for Valentine's Day.
Sorry. We might have a...
Oh, right, okay, Mum, just interrupt. If you're playing the drinking game, Mum's already just walked in and just told me that she needs to open the curtains.
Well, Olivia will come in that way.
So I've been having a look on the local forums for the village update. And turns out there was, in the main town, in our main town.
Yes.
So a lady lived next to a property and they were partying and there were people going in and out of all hours. And it went on for 3 days.
3?
Yeah. So in the end, she rang the Rozzers. And I think a couple of other people did, and it stopped for 2 days. And they're back on it. I'm don't know. I've been reading the news and all this, and people are upset they can't go to Dubai. Shouldn't be going to Dubai, even out of lockdown.
Is that a proper coffee?
In a way.
So we can share
We can
it.
share it. And there are people that have gone skiing, and they're annoyed because they're going to be put in quarantine. You're a bunch of selfish pricks. That's what I think. They've one slurp left. Oh, that's so nice. What's mine is yours.
Okay. You said it. I'm
Rob,
thirsty.
I'm Rob. Ring the Rosses. Ring the Rosses if you're watching this. We all want a bloody holiday. I fucking love a holiday. I don't even care where. I'd settle for a Premier Inn in Talfoot right now. Just somewhere different.
I'd go to the Buffy Castle for a weekend. Pamper weekend.
Anything would be nice. Anything would be nice. So yes, if you're trapped on holiday, get in. It's been all havoc in the village. The water's been off.
It was awful.
No notice on a Sunday. There were because the rural countryside is still quite 1950s at times. There were women all over the place unable to cook on wash up for their families.
Well, we could cook.
We could cook,
but you couldn't wash up. You couldn't load the dishwasher. It was horrendous.
In fairness, South West Water were really responsive. The next day, they sent me a tweet. And is it a sign because I'm 39? When I rang South West Water, this woman answered, and she was like, "Hello." I was like, "Is your mum there?" Natalie, if you're watching, I used to work with Natalie, and Natalie's got a really young sounding voice. And the amount of times that somebody would like, "This is a piss take," and they'd hang up on her, bless her. But yeah, she was just like, "Oh, gut in. Should water out?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh." I was like, "All right, do I press 2 for sympathy?" And then my friend down the road, her water went out the next day. It's not good if you're without services this time of day. Mickey and Sam, if you're watching, I hope your heating's on. They've just got back from hospital today, and the central heating unit has kaput.
Oh, that's awful.
I know. It's and he's literally just out of hospital, so like Sam's going to be running around going, "I didn't get my dad warm." I would suggest do what most people that we've rented houses to in the past. They've just lit a fire on the floor in the living room. But it has been. Today there was a momentary break in the clouds, and I thought, it's warm, it's sunny, maybe spring's on its way. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rain. Hence the reason.
You will not have sun.
Hence the reason why I'm sort of styling Diana Ross right now. It's rather big. And because I haven't had a haircut for a while, my hair does this thing where it's like there, and then it just grows really, really, really long.
Well, none of us can have our hair done till end of March or March. Even I want my hair cut.
Oh, go on, crack the wine open, Chris.
Oh, you'll have to open the bottle.
I'll open the bottle, but can you do the hard work? I'm presenting.
Yeah.
She has had a cob on all day.
You wouldn't know all day. I haven't been here.
No, I've been in touch with your work. Your annual review's in. Attitude stinks.
Actually, that would come up.
That would come up in honesty. For those of you that know that I play Pokemon Go,
Really?
I'm not going to go into it because I know that people didn't like me doing my Pokemon updates.
There you are, darling.
Go.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Mm.
Oh, that's so good. But I joined a local Pokemon group, and it turns out that all the people that play Pokemon in the village are adults. And then today, when I went and visited one of the Pokestops, you can see if somebody else has played there recently, and I didn't recognise the name. So I think there are children playing the game in the village. So I'm going to get in touch with the parish council, because that kind of stuff, that will not be tolerated.
Well, also, once you find out who they are, you want to get in touch with the parents.
Exactly.
What are those children doing out?
It's locked down.
Yeah. You know, there are adults going around checking that everywhere is safe.
Yeah, we're not doing it to play the game.
Spin.
I love you again, the jargon. She's still refusing to play the game for me. And in my argument, right, I haven't got kids and therefore she hasn't got to babysit, which means technically she should be willing to play my Pokemon game for me because there's like grandmother responsibilities. There's energy. I'm talking, there's energy and there's time that she is not expending for me.
I spent all my time on that, what was it called?
Tamagotchi.
And
that was 24 years ago.
It was awful because we had our own business at the time and selling stuff, and it would beep, and I'd have to say in the middle of the sale, "I'm so sorry, I have to go and clear the Tamagotchi's poo."
Little bit of it's not just local news. It's a landmark national thing for people that are watching that are landlords. As of the 28th of January 2021, landlords are no longer able just to blanket ban pets from a property. So
they can still cancel kids.
Oh yeah,
that's easy.
No one cares about them. But apparently, because so many people have got pets during lockdown, and then they're trying to find somewhere to live, people are actually choosing to be homeless than to give up their pets. For you watching Kitty. Kitty's like, you could be homeless, just leave some food here.
Oh, Kitty is 7 months old on Thursday, and it's a big, big day.
She's going to the vets and she doesn't know.
No.
And also, I've just been on the Archers forum. So I'll get the Pokemon and the Archers news out of the way because I know that you guys all love it. I was saying, why doesn't Grey Gables do takeaway meals? So somebody on the Archers forum, yeah, it's that bad. I'm on a forum for Archers. And somebody said, well, big hotel wouldn't, just little restaurants and stuff would do. So I thought, I'm not having that, I'm not leaving that. So I Googled the Celtic Manor, which is a pretty big fucking restaurant and hotel. They're doing takeaways. Mic drop.
What, the one in Newport?
There's only one Celtic Manor.
And they are a big conference centre. So even they want the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Up she goes.
You coming to say hello? Right, come on in.
Or you're going to look for your sister.
Cat tax. There we go. Say hello.
Kitty.
It's like she doesn't recognise herself. Off you pop. I said, go and annoy your sisters. Where else? Oh, Mum doesn't know this yet, but I am applying for us to go on a game show.
What?
Yeah. It's amazing. The whole form is riddled with to be confirmed. To be confirmed. But
what is it?
It is. Well, I'm not going to say because then people will apply and then there'll be more competition.
Okay.
But big prizes, and we might get a free trip up to Manchester. Sorry if you're watching in Manchester. Sorry if you're in Manchester.
Yes, you have.
Of course, I've been to Manchester. Went to Manchester when New Kids on the Block, Beyonce.
Did you go to the centre? Is it the Trafford Centre? Shopping centre?
No. I
nothing.
Went to, no, is it the Emirates football?
No, that's in
thingy?
London.
No, in Manchester. Football people, can you comment? The big football stadium in Manchester.
They've changed it from Emirates to whatever the airline is called. Cuckoo or something.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Cuckoo. We've got a brilliant story as well, very local, that a shopper was refused entry into a store without a mask.
Very good.
Just, it's sort of like, you have heard there's a pandemic going on, haven't you?
Well, I was in a shop, and because the young lady on the till told the two women in their 60s who should know better, please leave social distancing with the lady who was in front of them, they left the trolley and walked out.
Well, I never.
I know.
But the shop that she got asked to leave was in Totnes, an organic shop. So she believes.
I thought so she believes
in organic food and cosmetics and all that stuff. but
thinks it's all a cure.
Thinks it's a conspiracy theory.
Oh my God.
I do love Top Mess. There's unfortunately, there's only one big there's only one big stadium in Manchester, that is Manchester City Ground. Is that true, or are you feeding me a line that will anger people? Because there's Manchester United and Manchester City,
Yes,
isn't there?
Noel just said they share it.
There is only one big. No, I didn't say they shared it. Where did you read they shared it?
I thought you said they shared it.
No. No, it's just shared the answer.
Oh, right. Sorry, darling. I heard the word share.
Did you hear? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did.
We've got this isn't funny, but we have a gentleman in
Oh my God, will you stop clicking that pen?
I'll do it in a second. We've got a gentleman in one of the villages, the one with the factory, who is annoying ladies by running up to them and sort of rubbing himself in a pathetic and irritating way. But what got me is the latest bottoming of him, right, is he did it at a man, which is like, out of brand. It's called the Etihad Stadium. That's the one.
I said it was the Etihad.
You said it was the Yukazuzu.
Whatever.
And then
Etihad.
he's doing it at 8 a.m. And I'm thinking, if you've got that kind of work ethic, you should get a job.
Yeah.
Oh, lost a viewer over that joke. Spot if you can see.
I don't know why we should, because the kitten is.
I know. Being upstaged, completely being upstaged. Manchester City played there. Who cares about the other shit team in Manchester? Hey, let's not be political, no.
Gosh, that tail is big. That tail is so big.
Oh, in one of the parks in Tiverton as well, some little kid has lost. It's called a jelly cat rabbit. And it's like this cute little rabbit, and they've put it on a bench looking out. Obviously, it's going to get soaked. But I don't know. Wouldn't kids notice when they drop a toy? No. Isn't that the whole point? They lose sight of it.
You don't notice straight away.
Oh, so they wait until you're far away and you can't find it, and then they kick off.
Because we used to take my grandparents out every Saturday, and we'd always go to a pub somewhere.
Give them a run.
And we were in a pub, and I had my teddy bear with me, and then on the way back home, when we were about 20 miles from this pub, I couldn't find my teddy bear, so we had to drive all the way back. And the landlord of the pub had put the teddy bear on top of the piano, waiting for someone to come and collect it.
Just quick hello to people that are watching on my personal profile. Sometimes it doesn't pop up on my main thing, so let's just see if I've got comments that I can't see. Oh, I haven't turned it down. There we go. Let's have a look. So Mike Green, evening. Mike Green and I were able to.
What are you doing?
Can I finish my show? Yeah. Thank you. Mike Green is watching. So Mike Green and I managed to queue next to each other today in the quarry, and I haven't had a proper chat with Mike since, well, over phone and over text, but not face to face. That was absolutely delightful to see him. Steve Gray, hello Steve Gray. I used to work with the Gregory's. M25 and M4 was near on invisible at some points this afternoon due to rain. Everybody, if you're in rain, if you're in a car or a truck, put your fucking lights on, because it really helps people see you. Gillian Evans is watching. Hello, Gillian.
Oh my God. Hi, Gillian.
Look at Mum set up straight. Oh, hello. Michael Cooper is saying, show us Kitty. Yeah, I know she upstages me. And Michael says, who the fuck has the energy to even acknowledge a stranger at 8 a.m. let alone rub themselves? And hey to Leona. Yes, I mentioned to you about being able to do a Pokemon trade. So yeah, Leona, just saying, went to the two gyms in the village, and there were kids playing the game there. Rude. Honestly, there should be warning signs up. Also there are masked men running around causing havoc and trying to gain into it. And it's sort of like, I suppose if you're a burglar, you can't burgle because people are home. So
but that doesn't stop a lot of burglars, does it?
Wow. It definitely changes the game if you've got a house invade. I mean, it's a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
different tick box.
Well, they wouldn't be in your bubble, would they?
Don't play with the stand because that's my technology. And Leona's just put, who let them play in our village? I know, there are rules. Oh, Steve Jeffries is Steve Jeffries is watching. Hey, we passed each other today. Michael Cooper says, I've realised I've unnecessarily cursed several times in comments, and your mother might see and apologise for that. I've got a mouth like a sailor, Michael Cooper, and it's because of her DNA. Yeah, Kitty, don't shake the camera. So yeah, I also newsworthy. They are now selling giant sausage rolls at Tiverton Esso service station, right? For £1.
How big is giant?
I don't think it comes with a beanstalk.
Right.
I'd say it's sort of like that. I don't know. It was a picture. There was nothing for scale. And what I want to know, now this is something that I ask, not just myself, but I ask the universe a lot. Amanda, if you're watching, you'll be giggling at this. I am, as a truck driver, very partial to a mid-morning pasty. It's on the test. You know, you don't get your license without swerving into a service station and just having a quick bake. But why is it that it always has to be flaky pastry? Do you know how much mess that you can make eating a flaky pastry good whilst operating a vehicle?
And is it greasy as well?
Well, what you do, first of all, it always starts off, because of food health and safety, so it starts off literally burning your mouth. So you think, oh, this is nice. So you bite into it and you lose the beginning of the tongue, right? So all your taste buds there, gone. And you think, okay, so you put it down and you think, give it another 15 miles and it'll cool down.
Oh, we had stuff like that.
Yeah, we had that. It wasn't until Little Pen we could eat them. So you pick them up and you start nobbling, and then you think, oh, well, that was nice. And you put the rubbish away. And then you realise you are covered from basically the chest to the knee with what looks like pastry dandruff. So I'm speaking to all the pastry makers, Mr. Greggs, if you're watching, Mr. Ginsters, if you're watching. I'm being very sexist here, but if the recipe wasn't right and developed for proper use, I'm assuming it was a man. For my American viewers, a pasty is just pastry with filling, but it could be short crust or flaky crust. Mike, bed's calling. I'm not in the car in the morning, so enjoy. Erin Zane, hello Lucy and Lucy's mom. I gave you a shout out at the very beginning because I thought you'd be watching on catch up. She has trouble sleeping, so she messages the world, is anybody up? She's still up. It's 2 a.m. and I'm sat at 6:30, sat looking at the back end of a truck, waiting for my first load of the day. Because time zones are tricky little buggers like that.
Yes, they are.
I put a thing on today as well, and I've come up with my own little storage wars. So we're looking for a storage unit to put the bodies, and and to put all the bodies of friends of mine that say they watch but don't. I know who you are. And I put a little shout out on a couple of local forums, and I've got absolute lists. I've got probably about 13 different companies to ring, and I'm going to be the hustler tomorrow. I'm going to be like, what size, what hours access.
I never thought of that.
See, I'm already thinking about it, and I'm going to call it Storage Wars. Got an idea for a show. I think it'll do.
Well, instead of selling out of it, you just fill it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched an episode of Storage Wars? Has Noel made you?
Yes, I think you did.
I find it fascinating. So you go up to a nondescript storage unit. They cut the lock off. They open it up. You're not allowed to cross the line. You're only allowed to look. You can't touch. And you've got to guess, like, what's under the tarp. Is it 65 shoes, but only left? Or is it a Fabergé egg? I don't think I could be trusted at those. I'd love to do one, but then you're like, what do you do with the stuff you don't want it? Is there a skip there as well?
No, you pop it onto eBay.
Or do you know what you could do? You could take out 1 month's rental.
Yeah.
And then never go back.
Okay. Oh, and they'd have
to sell it on.
They'd have to dispose of the stuff. Oh, there is that.
Look at that. Up here for thinking. Oh, please get in touch if you own a pair of size 6, UK size 6 tap shoes. Because eventually we will be allowed out, won't we, Mum?
Yes,
we will be allowed out. And due to the fact that we watched one episode, we've watched one viewing of 42nd Street, we are now ready to be a tap dancing couple. And look, oh, a load of the villages round here are petitioning to be 20 miles an hour.
Well, Halberton is.
The one with the chicken, the one with the curious chicken, they're going for it as well. I think we should.
Well, we're 30, but we could be 20.
I would get in touch with the local councillors, but they're either off duty or drinking.
Or doing both at the same time.
I saw a news story today as well for in America for schools that are open. It was a letter to the Tooth Fairy. So the headmaster wrote a letter saying the little kid had lost his tooth. And was it right? I can confirm that he has less teeth than he had when he came in this morning. But after an extensive research, we were unable to find it. So please take this as a marker to be exchanged for a tooth. Here's my phone number and name if you need to be in contact. I think that's adorable. I like it when kids are allowed childhood. Oh, have you all seen the news story about the bin man who Chuck Norris roundhoused a kid's snowman?
Yes, he was sacked.
He was sacked, and then there was an instant petition of 30,000 people to give him his job back because that's not a crime. Still think it makes you a psychopath.
No, I think it makes you a nasty person, but...
What is it about seeing a child's creation of a snowman and it makes you think...
I don't think the 4-year-old built it, because it was quite high.
He would have been the inspiration for it. He was the muse. Yeah. But what? Nah. I think that comes under the heading of nasty knobhead.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
if you're watching, please tell me why you did it. Get involved on the chat. I really want a text number. Oh, let's have a look. Hey, Christine. Hi, Lucy. Billing, Ray. The billing is hi, Lucy. Then hi, Christine.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm late. Post-meal food coma. Oh, don't. Do you know I had a 10-minute nap earlier? 10-minute nap. Oh, it was a hard alarm. Tom Smith is watching. Hello, Rutherford. There's also, if you go on my Facebook page, Lucy Orchard Comedy, I reshared a post and I'd like everyone else to share it. A dog was found in Matlock in Somerset, microchipped. He was registered as missing in March 2019, but there were no details of his owner. I don't know how that works. People, if you've microchipped your kids, it's the nearest thing I'll go to get them. If you've microchipped your pets, double check that your up-to-date phone number and email and name and address are on it. Because at least if they've got all that, they'll be able to get in touch. And it's a Springer Spaniel.
Oh,
and it's all sad in the picture. So please, if you go on Lucy Orchard Comedy on Facebook, the details are there for you to share. They think the reason why it's been missing since 2019 is because it was stolen.
Oh.
So it's trying to get it back to its original owner, but because the details, they've got it chipped, but they haven't got any information on it. And I thought that when you had them chipped... No, when
you get it chipped, because they were straight away at us, check these details and verify them.
Ray's skating on thin ice. Ray has just posted, I was about to say age before beauty, but figured that would leave me in trouble with both of you. And you're right, Ray.
Yeah.
You might find yourself buried in a storage unit in Devon.
We're getting the prices for it tomorrow.
We've had, as well locally, we've had complaints about the noise that a firing range has made. And you're like, well, it's lockdown, what are you doing? It's a police training firearm range.
Where, here?
In one of the local places. Around here. And it's sort of like, I don't think I'd complain about that.
No, I wouldn't.
Because it's not going to be all hours of all days, is it?
Well, they're not going to do it in the middle of the night.
No, it's not like, quick, everyone to the range.
No. It's only going to be
Yeah.
working hours.
And if you live around here, as they say,
anyway,
gunshots are so constant.
Yeah, especially at night.
And I know, lampers. I remember when I moved to Brackenford, I was living next to this lady, and she said, "Oh, I can hear gunshots. I hope they're not hunting." And I went, "If it helps, imagine it's urban crime." Oh, got Crystal. Hello.
Oh, hi, Chris.
Gillian and Chris, you are on my list of people to mention, by the way. So, just to say you've got in early. Let's have a look. Go back to my notes. So, because it is so cold and wet and pathetic, I want to give people a nudge. That yes, we had the Zoom era of 2020 where everyone was doing Zoom or Teams or a house party. But we all have mobile phones and we have stopped being in touch with people that we usually are in touch with. So this week, I have caught up with my Lucy, with an IE. That's not because Mum doesn't like Lucy. She doesn't like how Lucy spells her name. Caught up with my Jane.
All right.
Yeah, up rough. I've caught up with Andy B. I've caught up with Steve. Steve, if you're watching, Roger, you should be out at Tesco's by now. There's nothing wrong with getting in touch with people and having a natter. And I was going to add that I've been able to have a nice chat with Chris and Gillian over the last couple of weeks as well. And it's good for the soul. You don't have to FaceTime because sometimes you think, oh, it's not the right lighting or I haven't got my makeup on or, there's people running around in the background. But if you've got earphones or earbuds, you can be hands-free. I'm really hands-free because my brother bought me these. They're not earbuds because I think they make you look a bit knobby. They're Beats. They go round your ear like that. And I can't quite get used to. I go to move and I think I'm going to pull the wires, so I find myself doing that. There's no wires, like Pinocchio. After 2 hours straight, they do start to rub. Bit more local news as well. I'm a big fan of Slapton Sands. Slapton Sands is in South Devon, and I went on a school trip to Slapton Sands when I was 17. And then when I first moved to Devon when I was in my early 20s and quite hedonistic and living in a big mansion with people, we used to go to Slapton Sands, build a fire. We used to sleep on the beach because you could then. And some kids have found a World War II bomb.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that they would have combed that really, really well, considering.
Well, I mean, I can say it's the closest I've ever been to a bomb because I have slept. I have slept on Slapton Sands. Try that after a few Pinots. But it's. I wouldn't have thought in any other walk of or way of life or in situation I've ever been in that proximity to an incendiary device, apart from Mark Cameron, if you're watching. Hello. His temper's legendary. Another shout out. Hello, Don Brooks, if you're watching. Richard, from my work that's got a new job in Plymouth. Don't know your surname. I hope you're watching as well.
I won't be. I'm going to check the file.
Oh, right. Okay. Lewis Clark, I'm sure you won't mind, but I do use Devon Live as a little bit of a resource for my show because, is it Devon Live? Is it Devon Live? Who knows? But they've been compiling the worst excuses for people either not wearing masks or breaking lockdown and curfew, etc. One person said, I've been tested every week. Still doesn't count. One person said, I know what we did was wrong, but we're in our 20s and we just want to enjoy ourselves. Come on. There was a massive house party a couple of weeks ago, I think up north, and somebody said, oh, I don't know about the pandemic. We don't watch the news. This was this year. Then another person said, yeah, just going through the excuses that police have compiled for COVIDiots. COVID is a myth. I don't believe it. Is the government controlling us? One said, I'm getting tested every week anyway. I'm a dental nurse. All right. Okay, cool.
Okay.
But the family that drove all the way from London during the night to enjoy a fishing trip in Devon. Bullshit. There is no fishing trip that is that excited unless you are going to go with Bob Mortimer.
I know, but if you think of the weather that we're having and what the state of the sea would be, I don't think that's going to be a really lovely fishing trip.
No, me neither. That's a lie. I thought fishing was something that you did by yourself. Because we get fisher people down the road a lot, and I have to say, it's a fold up equivalent of a shed, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I love a shed. I dream of. Do you know what? I dream of us having matching sheds.
Oh darling, that's wonderful.
But my shed is my shed.
And my shed's my shed.
And your shed, what you do in your shed's your business.
That'd be fine.
I love the fact that you can see how many people give like emojis. Because I got Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. I got all of them. And when I said about the sheds, I got about 10 likes.
Yeah, but my shed would be tidy.
My shed would be relaxing. No, I wouldn't. You'd constantly be in my shed.
Put this here and put that there. My favourite was the big party with the "we don't watch the news" excuse. I know, it's amazing. But I'm going to be wrapping it up soon. But I wanted to do a birthday shout out to Julie Nanny Charles and the fabulous Ali that runs the Red Lion as well. So it's funny that they got birthdays in the same week. But like I said, Julie Nanny Charles, I mention her a lot because she didn't create it, but she runs the trucking forum, which makes sure if you're a truck driver anywhere in the UK and you're running out of hours and you need facilities, you can go on there and this army, this family of truck drivers, including herself, they will work all night and all the hours to try and get you parked somewhere legal and safe. And especially with the driver that was stuck in Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, who had no facilities, he tested positive, no hotels would take him. He was in a side street in Liverpool. That is not a place to self-isolate for 14 days. No running water, no toilets, nothing. I mean, if you want to do that, you may as well park on the M20. Trucking joke. But yes, a big thank you and a salute from every truck driver across the UK for you, Julie Nanny Charles, because she really is the nanny of all of us. Ray said, well, what happens in the shed stays in the shed. Along with any cats Lucy lock in there. Look, it's happened twice. Willow's still not over it.
The other night, because Olivia, when Olivia gets trapped, she does this little thing where she puts a little paws up against the window or the door. I don't know what she thinks she's achieving because she doesn't actually scrape it, but she just runs her paws like wax on, wax off, and she goes, meow, meow. Mum locked Olivia in the dining room the other day.
I did.
And I promised to mention it on the show because you guys took the piss at me so much when I locked Willow in the shed.
Yeah, but Willow being in the shed is not the same as Olivia being in the dining room.
Michael Cooper is saying cats don't go in sheds. If you don't want the cats to go in sheds, that's where the cats are going to go. Luckily, we've got a window in our shed, and last year when I walked past the shed, looked in the window and there's Tilly and Willow just looking at the lap. You couldn't let us out, could you?
Well, I set off to work the other morning and realised I had Olivia in the car because I'd left the door open while I went to let the chickens out. And when I got back in the car, Olivia was in there. I shut the door, started the engine. By the time I got to the end of the driveway, she was singing the song of her people.
Michael is saying, you all are both monsters. And I really want to do it in your accent, but you put a post up the other day that said you don't like. Do I get a pass? Can I try the Alabama accent? And she says, I'm in love with it. The Alabama accent to me is like a verbal caramel. I do. I love it. I really do.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do it. I feel really nervous now because he's watching. He's probably shouting, Katie, look at this idiot. I'm going to wrap this up because I need to get ready for my next show tonight. So if you are all still up at midnight, please check my Facebook page, Lucy Orchard Comedy, where I will post the live stream where you'll be able to watch yet another fantastic night of comedians from all over the USA and me. They're hosted by the amazing Drop Comedy Club in South Bend, Indiana. So, Roger, back from shopping, have I missed you?
No, you can get us on catch up at any time.
Ray said you don't get any shenanigans with the dogs. And Michael says you get a pass if you don't lock cats in sheds. We'll leave that there. Roger, just saying, we were just, as a truck driving world would say, we were saluting Julie Nanny Charles, the queen of safe parking. Happy birthday. So that's all you've really missed, darling. That and next week's lottery tickets numbers. No, my brother has chimed in. Roger, you haven't missed anything. Don't worry, Noel, I'll be speaking to you after the show. Thank you. Oh my God, it says I can bring Roger onto the camera with me, but you know what he's like. Covered in cans of Carlin. Right, so we're going to sign off.
We are indeed.
I thought I was bringing up the credits. Please get in touch if you are able to make us a credit. It's library, watch later. I really should have presented this earlier. Got it! Right, so please be safe. Please share this video. Oh God, I haven't told you. So this week, obviously Tuesdays at 9 p.m, you know it's the Lucy Show. But then on Thursdays at 7 p.m, we have got Nathan Webb coming on the show, who is an amazing comedian, sketch writer, radio. He's an absolute delight. So that is at 7 p.m. on Thursday.
The kitchen sink.
And then Big World Small Talk is on Sunday, and we have got local boy back on the Bar of Barnstable, Lucan Rossi, who comedically I want him to adopt me as his little sister. And as Sarah Bridgman said, I don't think I'm going to give him a choice. I also think I'm older than him. So I don't know how that works. It's an amazing thing when a comedian and a comedian you really respect asks you for advice, and you're like, is it in performing? No, it was driving in snow. He said he was really scared about driving on a bit of ice, so I sent him a picture of my Arctic in Switzerland in the snow. I was like, suck it up, pussy.
And that's at 10 o'clock on Sunday.
That's 10 o'clock on Sunday. And then, last but not least, I am going to be hosting a comedy night called the Quarantine Comedy Show. Now, it's going to be at 1 a.m. Friday. I know it's late for us UKers, but you never know. You could be on night shift. Colin, get in touch if you want the details. I'll post all the details on Lucy Orchard Comedy, and I'll also put it on my Twitter account at the Lucy Fool. From? Don't talk over the Twitter handle. At the Lucy Fool. Right, go again.
Right, where is that being held?
Yes, America.
Oh, just America.
George has told me a couple of times where he's from. It's a place that I don't even think exists. So I'm like, yes, it's from the Americas. It's EST, so it's near. It's near Michael and Heather, I think. But that will be available, and you can join the Zoom room. So that'll be amazing, and I'm just really excited. So I've got this is gig 1. I've got gig 2 later on, and 3, 4, and 5. So I've got 5 gigs this week. I mean, during the height of quarantine, I was doing 5 a day, and I will get back to it. But thank you very much for being a delight, for getting involved in the chat. If you're still watching, I want to say a big love to Steve from work, John from work as well, Andy, Roger, Polly, Jane, Lucy, Chris, and Gillian. So yes, be safe, be lovely. You are enough. You are doing well enough. If anybody makes you feel unhappy, tell them not my circus, not my horses, and walk away from them. If people's behaviour is not acceptable, tell them to can do one. Or other appropriate languages.
We're learning that.
Yes, I know. I can use this language in this show, but I wouldn't use it in a professional phone call. That's all I'm saying. Right, so, yes, without further ado, I was going to shot. I'm so used to asking her to come in shot. I was like,
I haven't said hello to my baby boy tonight.
it's because you don't love him anymore.
I do.
Well, go on then.
I just said hello, baby boy.
Right, if you're watching on catch up, let me know. See you all soon. Love you all. Mwah! Like a check, like a check, like a check. Let's have a look. Hi, Mum. Love you too.
Oh, I've got two lovely children.
Yeah, because that doubles up as a phone call. Right. See you all soon. If you're still up at midnight, please come and watch the Drop Comedy Club.
Other than that, we'll see you next week.
Bye. See you next Tuesday.